welcome to my booktube channel, Books in My Heart. I'm Angela. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out today's video. I really appreciate it. I am wearing one of my favorite shirts today because I always need coffee. Caffeine is life. I did an abbreviated library tour a little while ago, but today I'm going to be showing you everything on the two bookshelves directly behind me. I am always moving these items around because I get something new or I want to read a particular book, so things are never exactly in the same place. So if you ever see anything change from video to video, I apologize, but that's just how things work around here. I will do a separate video on my office bookshelf tour because there's a lot over there and I don't want to give you too many books that you just can't read them all or you just can't follow the video. So I'm going to break these into two separate ones. I'm doing this for you. And to preemptively answer the inevitable question, these bookcases are from Bob's, I believe. I think they're something like 72 inches tall. They're really sturdy and they're not gonna move. If you ever try and steal my bookcase, it's gonna take you a little while. I bought them when I moved into my new apartment because my one bedroom is a lot bigger than my studio, so new bookcases were in order. I do remember when they came to deliver them, however, they just wanted to leave them by the freight elevator and have me bring them up to the apartment. I don't really know why that was such a problem, but they did not want to deliver these bookcases to my actual apartment. And at the time, I had my back brace on, I was walking with a cane, I was in a lot of pain. So not only was I physically not able to lift things at the time, but I am short. And these things are, I think, 72 inches tall. So I was not going to be able to move these, even if I was physically able to. So it took a lot of effort to make sure these beauties arrived in perfect condition. They are so precious, and I love them. So without any further ado, here is my official library tour. In order to show you the very top of my bookcase, I am tilting the camera all the way back on the tripod, so if it moves abruptly or you see any shaking, that's why, but I wanted to give you a taste of what's at the top of my bookshelf as well. It is pretty much a miracle I got these things up here in the first place because I am not that tall. I love that because Chronicles of Narnia is an amazing series. I love those books. We have a bookish print that I framed. I think this one was from Owl Crate. I am not entirely positive because I also have one from Uppercase that I framed. I really like the white frame. I bought it specifically for these bookish prints on Amazon. I believe they were $7 or $8, worth every penny because I love looking at them. They just make the bookish print quote come alive. Next you can see my Wizard of Oz passport. I'm pretty sure that is from Owl Crate. My Tale as Old as Time, Song as Old as Rhyme, jewelry box is from Lit Cube. I actually don't like it as a jewelry box, ironically, even though that is its sole function. So now I use it as simply a quote on the top of my bookshelf because I don't like it as a jewelry box. My Alice in Wonderland Elixir tea box from Owl Crate. I am zooming the camera up for you because I am actually not tall enough to point to these items. We have a couple of my favorite Funkos. I did not remove these from the boxes because they're just so cute. I don't want anything to happen to them. I'd be devastated if one of them fell and became Max's Jew toy. Next, you can see Words Brought Us Together, which is a print I know is from Uppercase. I love this one. I've had this one for months. I think it is beautiful. I think it is eloquent, and it just makes my heart swell. I love looking at it every day. This is one of those quotes that I just absolutely adore. You can see a mug from the museum. That is one of my favorite places in DC. I think if you ever get the chance to come to Washington, the museum is one of those places that you need to add to your visit list. It is one of the best museums in DC as far as I'm concerned. Unlike the Smithsonian's, you do have to pay for entry, but as far as I'm concerned, it is worth every penny, and I have gone multiple times. This is unofficially my Harry Potter shelf with my Dobby Funko figurine. We have the entire Harry Potter series over here. I really do annotate as I read, as you can see from all the sticky notes. It is something I always do, it's something I always have done. I bought this copy specifically to reread a couple years ago because I knew I wanted to write in the margins and read it as a writer, not just as a lover of literature. So we have Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, with more sticky notes, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. We have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which is my favorite in the series, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I love this one in particular because you can see the spine and you can see how many times I folded it over and opened it. I think that's symbolic of a really nice reading experience. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I also like how the spines don't align properly because you can see that I've actually read these books. Sometimes they look purely decorative on other people's bookshelves. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, the play. Some more Harry Potter love with Fantastic Beasts, the original screenplay, and the Tales of Beedle the Bard. My Dobby Funko Pop figurine. I believe Dobby was my mystery figurine in one of my Owl Crate boxes. We have the complete new annotated H.P. Lovecraft series. I believe this is 900 pages in total. We have This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab, Three Dark Crowns by Kendari Blake. Moving down a bookshelf, we have my Funko figurine collection. We have Luna, who is one of my favorites from the Harry Potter series. We have a Little Mini Dobby. We have Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. We have Rapunzel with Pascal from Tangled. We have Cinderella. We have Gus Gus. We have Wally and Eva. We have Mushu from Milan with his little cricket buddy. We have Maximus, also from Tangled. We have Mrs. Potts and the rest of the Beauty and the Beast cast. We have Lumiere, Belle, Chip, Cogsworth, the Beast, and I'm not entirely sure why Gus Gus from Cinderella is over here, but he is. I really like the Funko Pops. In regards to books, we have Attachments, Eleanor Park, 2 editions of Fangirl in the back, and Landline, all by Rainbow Roll, whom I absolutely adore, as you well know if you watch my channel. We have Anna and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door, Isla and the Happily Ever After, The Start of Me and You by Emery Lord, Love Lucas by Chantel Chadwick, we have Even When You Lie to Me by Jessica Alcott, we have A Wicked Thing by Thomas, Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. And we have Wicked, The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West. I am absolutely in love with this book. This is my favorite musical. I even have the little bookmark, and I love this particular edition because the pages are green. I bought this when I went to go see Wicked at the Kennedy Center. We have the first book in the Chronicles of Narnia, The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis. We have Book 2, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Book 3, The Horse and His Boy. Book 4, Prince Caspian. Book 5, The Voyager of the Downtreader. Book 6, The Silver Chair. And Book 7, The Last Battle, all by C.S. Lewis. My Life with the Walter Boys by Ali Novak. What I Thought Was True by Huntley Fitzpatrick. Infinite in Between by Carolyn Macker. The Heartbreakers, also by Ali Novak. Accident Season by Maura Fowley Doyle. The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Neese. Duchessina by Carolyn Mayer. Open Road Summer by Emery Lord. The Liar by Nora Roberts. Radiance by Catherine M. Valenti. How to Be Bad by E. Lockhart, Sarah McCloskey, and Lauren Merkel. Emmy and Oliver by Robin Benway. The Stone Diaries by Carol Shields. The Obsession by Nora Roberts. The Boy Most Likely To by Huntley Fitzpatrick. Stolen by Lucy Christopher. Remembrance by Meg Cabot, a Mediator novel. The Wrong Side of Right by Jen Marie Thorne. The Truth About Forever by Sarah Dessen. Along for the Ride by Sarah Dessen, minus its book jacket. We have Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children box set. We have Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, Book 1. We have Hallow City and Library of Souls, all by Ransom Riggs. Moving down a bookshelf, we have An Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir, The Looking Glass Wars by Frank Beater. We have The Red Queen and the Glass Sword, both by Victoria Aveyard. The Princess and the Hound by Met Ivy Harrison. My Lady Jane by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. This Is What Happy Looks Like by Jennifer E. Smith. The Fool's Tale, a novel by Nicole Galland. The 13th Tale by Diane Cedarfield. The Maltese Falcon by Dashiell Hammett. The Faithful Spy by Alex Berenson. The Devil in the White City by Eric Larson. Forever by Pete Hamill. Annette Vallon by James Tipton. A Catch of Consequence by Deanna Norman and Ariana Franklin. Gator A Go-Go by Tim Dorsey. Dune by Carrie Corp and Lori Langdon. The Beginning of Everything by Robin Schneider. Hope in a Jar by Beth Harbison. Confess by Colleen Hoover. Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. She Went All the Way by Meg Cabot. Rebel Belle by Rachel Hawkins. Dune Road by Jane Green. The Good Thief by Hannah Tinty. Sweet Bitter, a novel by Stephanie Danler. This second to last bookshelf. If you are still watching, I think you should go get a chocolate chip cookie because you deserve it. This is a lot of books. We have Serafina and the Black Cloak by Robert Beatty. Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. I don't know if you say this Boxman or Bowman, but Tell Me Three Things by Julie Boxman. Shadow and Scale by Rachel Hartman. I don't know why these two are out of order on my bookshelf, but Serafina by Rachel Hartman. Let's fix that, shall we? Ink Heart, Ink Spell, and Ink Death, all by Cornelia Funk. The Summer of Chasing Mermaids by Sarah Auckler. The 7 Ways We Lie by Riley Redgate. The Night We Said Yes by Lauren Gabaldi. Next up we have The Perfect Couple, Most Likely to Succeed, and The Biggest Flirt, all by Jennifer Eccles. The The last book on this shelf is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. As you can see, I have my uppercase stickers from one of my previous boxes and an owl crate box for decoration. The bottom shelf that you never see in any of my videos. This is a nice box I got at the Container Store that I use for storage. I keep flashcards and other school supplies in there because I live in an apartment and there's very few places to put everything, so it ended up on my bookshelf. We have The G-Free Diet, a gluten-free survival guide by Elizabeth Hasselbeck. I do have a gluten intolerance, so this is not just me being vain. Celiac Disease, a Hidden Epidemic by Peter H.R. Green and Rory Jones. Summer Days and Summer Nights, edited by Stephanie Perkins. What Alice Forgot by Leanne Moriarty. Love and Spies by Cindy Ansley. First and Then by Emma Mills. Slide by Jill Hathaway. What's Broken Between Us by Alexis Bass. Wrong About the Guy by Claire Lezebenik. All Souls by Christine Shute. On the Fence by Cassie West. Wanderlust by Jen Malone. There's a Boy in the Girls' Bathroom by Louis Secker. A Week in the Woods by Andrew Clements. Mr. Lemoncello's Library by Chris Grabenstein. Confessions of a Jane Austen Addict, a novel by Lori Vera Rigler. And that concludes this first bookcase tour. It is time to show you the second bookcase. The Young Elites by Mary Lou. These Vicious Masks by Taurine Shankler and Kelly Zekis. Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. Just Listen by Sarah Dessen. The Girl at Midnight by Melissa Gray. The Forgetting by Sharon Cameron. The Orphan Queen by Jody Meadows. The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. Of Fire and Stars by Audrey Colhurst. P.S. I Like You by Cassie West. Magic Study by Maria V. Schneider. Poison Study, also by Maria V. Schneider. Blow by Kim Carr. Lies My Teacher Told Me by James W. Lowen. The Selection, The Elite, and the One by Kira Cass. Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Gray by E.L. James. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This Lullaby by Sarah Dessen. Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. Memoirs of a Teenage Amnesiac by Gabrielle Zevin. My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. Xmas by Kate Bryan. Let It Snow by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. The Wednesday Wars by Gary D. Schmidt. F My Life from the FML website. So Yesterday by Scott Westerfeld. Sea of Love by Jamie Ponte. Love on Cue by Katherine Hapka. Hard to Get by Emma Carlson Byrne. The Mindful Writer by Dinty W. Moore. To finish off this shelf, The Best Girl by Emma Harrison. The second shelf in this bookcase starts with The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. A second edition of P.S. I Like You by Cassie West. A second edition of This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. A Week of Mondays by Jessica Brody. The Female of the Species by Mindy McGuinness. Ever the Hunted by Erin Summerall. Frostfire by Amanda Hawking. Shuffle Repeat by Jen Klein. Lament by Maggie Stiefvater. Requiem, Pandemonium, and Delirium, all by Lauren Oliver. Ice Kissed and Crystal Kingdom by Amanda Hawking, which are now going back where they belong. Maybe Someday and Maybe Not by Colleen Hoover. Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. Wishing Day by Lauren Miracle. Shiver, Forever, and Linger by Maggie Stiefvater. What Light by Jay Asher. Return to the Castle by Rose Catherine Kahn. Beauty by Caroline Lee. The Boyfriend League by Rachel Hawthorne. Those of you who are still watching to this bookshelf are champions, and I love you. We have Scarlet, Cress, Cinder, and Winter, all by Marissa Mayer. Next up, we have Sweet Peril, Sweet Evil, and Sweet Reckoning by Wendy Higgins. The Ruby Red box set. We have Emerald Green, Ruby Red, and Sapphire Blue by Kirsten Gear. Next up, we have the Percy Jackson box set, with a couple complimentary images inside. We have Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse, Percy Jackson and the Battle of the Labyrinth, and Percy Jackson, The Last Olympian, all by Rick Riordan. Clearly this is where I house a lot of my series. Next up we have Days of Blood and Starlight, Daughter of Smoke and Bone, and Dreams of Gods and Monsters, all by Lonnie Taylor. Unravel Me, Shatter Me, Ignite Me, and Unite Me by Terry Maffey. Next up we have Cruel Beauty and Crimson Bound by Rashamond Hodge. And a super sneak peek, because I do keep some of my uppercase items taped to the side of the bookshelf. Depending on the angle, you may or may not see these in my videos. Please feel free to take a deep breath in, because we're in the home stretch. We have the complete series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket, Fates and Traders by Jennifer Schiavone, Heartless by Marissa Mayer, Blind Spot by Jane Kamensky and Jill Lepore, a coverless version of Before Versailles by Caroline Cohn, The Map Thief by Michael Blanding, The White Queen by Philippa Gregory, The 40 Rules of Love by Elif Shafak, another jacketless, coverless book, Juliet by Anne Fortier, The Red Sparrow by Jason Matthews, The Book of Lies by Brad Meltzer, and finishing off this shelf, The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. And the price tag is still intact, so you can see I spent $17 on this book, excluding taxes. For those of you still watching, this is the second to last shelf. I promise we're in the home stretch, and this is a shelf you don't get to see in my videos, so hopefully you will see something new. Best Friends Forever by Jennifer Weiner, Snow White Must Die by Nellie Nahez, Life After Life by Kate Atkinson, Mistress of the Monarchy by Alison Weir, Seeing Red by Frank Bueter, Vicious by V.E. Schwab, A Great and Terrible Beauty and the Sweet Fair Thing by Libba Bray, All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven, The Wicked Girls by Alex Marwood, The Psychopath Test by John Ronson, The Witch's Daughter by Paula Braxton, I Capture the Castle by Dottie Smith, A Voyage for Madmen by Peter Nichols, Stealing Athena by Karen Essex, 19 Minutes by Jodi Picoult, and lastly, Cappuccinos, Cupcakes, and a Corpse by Harper Lynn. Oddly enough, there are not too many books on my last bookshelf. I use it for mostly storage. Writing Irresistible Kidlit by Mary Cole, How to Write a Novel Using the Snowflake Method by Randy Anger Manson, How My Journal Became a Bestseller by Julia DeVillers, and Real Murders by Charlene Harris. And that concludes my official library tour for these two bookshelves. At this particular point in time, I know I have discussed quite a few of these books, but if there are additional titles that you'd like more information on or future videos on, make sure you let me know down below in the comment section. And if you enjoyed my official library tour, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Next Friday, I will be doing an official library tour for my office bookcases, so make sure you hit that subscribe button to see that video as well. Thank you so much for watching my official library tour, and as always, have a great reading day.